Welcome back to the Black Jersey, guys. I'm so happy that this time there was a winner of the Lions series. Well done to every player who took part during the tests, because as the commentators did say, this was the tour against all odds. I've had a lot of energy to drink this morning, so I'm going to be energetic as in this video, and I'm going to break down some key moments that happened in the third test of the Lions series against the Springboks as well. My personal man of the match was the 37-year-old Mornay Stain, who came on and he kicked the winning goal 12 years on from doing the exact same thing in 2009. What a hero, what a people's champion, what a player. He is my man of the match. Check out the Instagram story so you can vote for your man of the match. As you can see, here are the nominees just here, and let's hop right into the analysis, guys. So personally for me, I think the key moment was once again in the front row forwards. There was quite a lot of turnovers at scrum time in that first half, and as you can see from the first half statistics, the Lions pretty much had the majority of the possession, but inside their own half, the Springboks and the Lions were both doing really well defensively, and they were working incredibly hard to really keep their opposition from scoring. There were only 2 try scorers during the match. The Lions got their only try off a driving maul, and Ken Owens, the experienced Welshman, was the hooker at the back of it, going down for his meat pie. Cheslin Colby then scored for South Africa in the 56th minute. Willie the Roo gave him a really good try assist. He broke through tackles from Luke Cowan-Dickie and Liam Williams to sprint away and score. Another people's champion. I think Colby is personally going to be nominated for World Player of the Year this year, and if there was an award last year, he absolutely would have been nominated. Colby's just so unbelievably agile. You'd think that big boys like Laws and so on would be able to stop him in his tracks, but he just keeps on going, this boy. We really did not see a lot of the wingers in this match, barring Duhan van der Merwe, who I think was really good defensively too, but with what Colby was given, I think he did incredibly well. Makazole Mpimpi didn't really even get his hands on the ball, and I think the Lions definitely had a tough time containing Colby when he actually did get the ball. There were quite a lot of penalties too. In the 8th minute, Eben Etzebeth actually entered the breakdown offside to get the ball. 21st minute, there was a Mostert obstruction, so the Lions got a penalty. 29th minute, Tom Curry, he was breaking away from a driving maul, getting in front to stop Sia Khaleesi from making a tackle. 29th minute, Bongi Mbonambi threw the line out for a second not straight throw. 32nd minute, Damien Dialendi made a try-saving turnover, Mara Watoje. Curry got a turnover in 36th minute. 37th minute, Owens overthrew a line out. Even Etzebeth stole. Etzebeth was absolutely massive during the test. He was so physical, such a hard defender. He got knocked a few times, but he just kept on going, that boy. 39th minute, Khaleesi also got a turnover, 5 minutes in front of his own try line. The Lions were really condensing it into forwards, just trying to make individual inches at that point. They knew that the backs weren't really going to get much going thanks to the fantastic centre combination of Lucanio Arm and Damien Dialendi, and Khaleesi showed up at the right moments. Khaleesi, to be completely honest, was pretty much invisible throughout most of the match. He was kind of doing just the dirty work that you expect from an open side flanker, but he came in and he won the game-winning turnover as well in the 78th minute. Not 78th, sorry, 80th. Maybe I need more coffee. In the 41st minute, Jasper Wiese, he actually took off his mouthguard too, because he wanted to show me that he could have a role in How to Train Your Dragon. As you can see, he is toothless indeed, just like the dragon itself, and his clean out, for whatever reason, was being looked at as a shoulder charge, and yeah, nah mate, he was trying to do that legitimately, so I'm thankful that Machu Reynal made the correct decision as referee and kept Wiese on the field. Now, Jasper Wiese was a lot more involved with the match than in the previous match too. Jasper Wiese, I think this is only his second start ever for South Africa, and he was very physical. Although he wasn't perfect, he did give away a few penalties. I think the guy is a very strong, hardened player, and if Duane Vermeulen does choose to retire sometime soon, I think Jasper Wiese is the guy going forward for South Africa, and I'm very happy they chose rather to use him instead of Quagga Smith. Quagga Smith didn't really too much off that bench now, did he? Speaking of number 8s, Jack Conan once again wasn't the flashiest. Yes, Conan filled out his tactical roles, but he did make a bit of a knock-on in the 49th minute after a bit of some miscommunication, I guess, with the halfbacks. 52nd minute, Marco Vunipola, of all people, made a turnover, and at the same time, in the lead up to that, there was a bit of a controversial thing that happened. Finn Russell, I believe, absolutely should have got a yellow card for this here. As you can see, I took a pretty bad photo of what Russell was doing to Colby. Colby's knees, though, as you can see, were quite far down. And if it weren't for that, I think that should have been a red card because of the World Rugby rules that you can see right over here. But Machu Raynell, despite the fact that there's clear contact from Russell's bicep to Colby's head, still chose to go with only a penalty. So yeah, not too sure what he was going about there. 53rd minute, so Pollard attempts this goal, and by this point Pollard has only kicked 2 from his 4 goals. Luckily, 2 minutes later, Colby comes back and he scores after those missed tackles by Cowan, Dickey and Williams. As I said, the try assist came from Willie LaRue. I think the true momentum shifted though was another 2 minutes later in the 58th minute. Ali Price, shortly before being subbed off for Connor Murray, did knock the ball on after a bit of a low kick from one of the Springbok backs. I think it was LaRue once again. The Springboks, when they were kicking, since there was no Faf de Klerk, I think bought quite a bit off Willie LaRue, because obviously Pollard's got a bit of a target on his back. Pollard, by the way, although I don't think he had a very good game, did pass 500 test points, so a huge congratulations to Handré Pollard for getting past the 500 mark. He's one of South Africa's highest ever point scorers, and he did score quite a few points in the first and second test of the series. In the 60th minute, Stephen Kitsoff, who I think had a pretty bad game, collapsed a scrum for I think the second time or third time. Adam Beard as well came on to replace Alan Wynne Jones, who I believe got injured. So I think having Jones coming off probably didn't do too much rather for the Lions' psyche and their ego. They would have been a bit flat after losing Jones. You could really see Jones cheering them on from the sideline and some shots provided by the great cameraman. But with Murray as captain, things definitely weren't as intense with when Jones is on the field. Jones didn't have a brilliant game by any means, but his leadership is just invaluable for both the Lions and for Wales, and now that his last Lions tour's over, he'll really be wishing he could have come away with a win. Visa was offside in the 61st minute. Finn Russell then took a shot at goal from 44 metres. I've never seen Russell kick from that distance, and I've never actually rated him as a tactician. He's more of a wizard with all his tricks and stuff, and he actually got this goal, so kudos to Finn Russell for actually doing that, you know? Quite a few more turnovers as well that happened in the second half. Marco van Starden, although he came on quite late in the game, did contribute a fair bit. He got a nice turnover in the 64th minute, and by this point, this is when Morné Steyn comes on for Handré Pollard. Man, it was just what a moment, because you see, he last played when the All Blacks put 57 points on the Springboks, and he scored 12 of their 15 points. So it had been quite a long time since he was out there, and very soon he took a kick at goal as well, from 43 metres as a matter of fact. Itoje was the one penalised ahead of that. Itoje 1 minute later after the goal went over did get a turnover though to give the Lions advantage, and Eben Etzebeth probably could have got a card as well. He went and knocks the ball out of Murray's hand. Yeah, not the smartest thing to do, especially when you're a former Bok captain, man. Apart from that, Eben Etzebeth was pretty much excellent, but it's just a pretty silly thing to do, and you don't want to do that kind of stuff, especially with, 12 minutes left of the game. The Lions did really go for it. They actually kicked for the line as well. They really didn't want to be taking a kick at goal at this stage. They needed a try, but they just couldn't get one. Mako Vunipola managed to cross the line, but he was held up, I believe, by Sia Khaleesi and Trevor Enyakani, who was on by that point. Trevor Enyakani, what a fantastic game he had once again. He's such a good impact player, and that guy potentially could be a bit of a captain for the Springboks if Khaleesi's injured, I think. Dwayne Vermeulen, I haven't seen a lot of him for a long time, so fingers crossed Vermeulen's actually going to play okay when he is back. Vermeulen, interestingly, was eligible for selection this test as well. I heard he'd recovered from his injuries, but it just wasn't to be, so it's a shame that he couldn't play against the Lions for a second tour. After Vernopola's attempt to score a try for the Lions in his 9th test for them, the Springboks ended up winning a scrum 5 metres in front of their own line. Kyle Sinclair I don't think performed very well, and I'll be getting back to him very soon. 73rd minute, Robbie Henshaw made a bit of a line break, and Arm was penalised for trying to get the ball from an offside position. By this point, Finn Russell then converts the penalty to make it square as well. Finn Russell, again, what a test he had. Herschel Yanchis and Cobus Reinach, I think, were really good 9s for South Africa, and they really stood up to both him and Conor Murray, as well as Ali Price. 77th minute though, it just wasn't to be for the Lions. Finn Russell, he knocks it on, and Damien Willems, with 2 minutes to come on, ends up coming on. Elliot Daly, on the other hand, the other jersey 23, did not end up playing for the Lions, and I think that was really good. Bundy Aki, although he does have questionable tackling technique, I think him and Henshaw, the fact that they know each other so well from playing for Ireland together, really benefited the Lions too. It was an absolute travesty to watch the Springboks trying to defend against those two. They were just wreaking all kinds of havoc tonight. And then obviously 2 minutes later, Mornay Steyn kicks the match-winning goal. Another standout during the match for me as well was Franco Mostert. As I've said previously, for whatever reason, South Africa seems to start the blindside in jersey number 7, and Franco Mostert I'd never seen play blindside before, so I think Franco Mostert did particularly well in that position, and I'd actually like to see him in that position going forward if Pieter-Steph du Toit is unavailable to play against the All Blacks when they play against us in October. Talking about South Africa, I think that they absolutely deserve to win the series. They were looking so physical, and to be completely honest, guys, I am kind of worried for when the All Blacks play against those Springboks, especially after the All Blacks game last night. So my next video, guys, is going to be about the All Blacks versus the Wallabies, and I'll try and get that out to you as soon as possible. Just wait until maybe Monday or something like that. Really well done to the Springboks as well. I think the Lions really approached them and really gave it to them up front. Duhan van der Merwe defended absolutely brilliantly. Tom Curry brought in so much more physicality. I think Courtney Laws was a fantastic 6, but at the end of the day, all those players just could not do enough to stop that green wave coming at them. Well done to the Springboks. I'm very scared for when we play against them later this year, and I want you guys to enjoy the rest of your day. I'm a very tired man, but I'm now going to get straight to editing this video, so check out the Instagram, the Discord server, Patreon, all that kind of stuff that I've linked down in the bio, and I'll see you later, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.